Okay, I want to talk about TLC 2010. Um, okay. A spectacular pay-per-view event. I'll give it a strong 9 out of 10. You must see to believe. See, the thing is that a lot of people, a lot of people, I watched reviews of this event. A lot of people gave it a 7 out of 10, or maybe an 8 out of 10. People that were nice gave it like an 8 out of 10. A lot of people were saying, well, they should do this or that. And it was good, but it wasn't great. Most people expect the world. The world must be perfect. That's all I gotta say. It must, it must live a, perfect life from day to day. Whatever. But so I watched the, that didn't do it for me. Got tired of hearing people talk. So I figured, I'll watch the highlight video on YouTube of the event, and I was blown away. I mean, I wasted no time going out and buying this pay-per-view on DVD. Okay, it was great. I mean, 7 matches. I'll go through them quick. I can do this quick. Trust me, America. But the one match was a dark match, a tag team match. I'm not going to discuss it, and I no stipulation or anything. But every other match, all 6 others, had stipulation. But I'll start off with the Divas Tag Team Tables match. Natalya, I speak Chinese, and Beth Phoenix versus LaCool. It was a good match. I give that match a B+. That's saying a lot for being a woman's match, whatever, however you want to call it, say it. But I remember Beth Phoenix taking some big spills at one point in the room. She was in the ring apron and she fell on was knocked out onto the outside and her landed on her neck. Her neck kind of went like. Try and do it like she wanted to, and her neck just went, looked like she broke her neck. That's all I'm saying, okay? Sorry, it's a cheap webcam, $15 at Walmart. TLC 2010, DVD, Walmart, $15, Best Buy. Across the street, $20, that makes a lot of sense. Because I parked at Best Buy and I seen they had $20, so I was like, well, alright, I'm just going to check out Walmart. So I have to walk across Walmart, across Best Buy to Walmart. I mean, they were like right next to each other, and it just got Dodge cars and stuff like that. That's better than driving, like in my car and just, but rather walk it out, but that was a good evening. But getting back on track, here, I was glad Beth Phoenix won along with her tag team partner, because Beth Phoenix took some big bumps and everything like that, so it was a good match though. I mean, but moving on, triple threat ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship. I give that match an A, because it was nice to see the Intercontinental title getting some limelight. That is the 3rd biggest title that the company has, and it seems like nowadays it really doesn't get much shine to it, so to speak. But Dolph Ziggler versus Kofi Kingston versus Jack Swagger. It was a good match. I mean, I don't think they utilized a ladder a whole lot, but it was just nice to see young, new, fresh talent, new faces being the limelight for a title like that, And even in the end, Dolph Ziggler and Kofi Kingston was on the ladder, and they both kind of unhooked the title. It fell to the ground, and Jack Swagger, picked it up and took off running and was declared the champion, or still the champion. I liked the ending, even though a lot of people didn't. I liked it. I thought it was pretty clever. It reminds me of NFL. NFL, like if you catch the ball and drop it, it's declared a fumble, and anybody can pick it up. Whoever picks it up gets the ball. the same team or the other team, doesn't matter. And that's kind of what happened. That's what that match, the ending, reminded me of. It kind of reminded me of NFL, you know, where like you kind of have to hold on to the belt to be declared the champion. So I like the ending. Next match I'll talk about is the #1 contenders ladder match of the night. John Morrison versus Sheamus. It was nice, you know. See, you know, Sheamus was able to utilize his power, show off his power. John Morrison was able to show off his athleticism. Both did excellent work with the ladder, cool things I've never seen before. It was a brutal match, and a lot of big spills happened. I believe it was the longest match of the night. I could be wrong, but I believe it was. It was overall just the best match of the night. Next match I'll talk about is a triple threat match for the WWE Championship title. The Miz versus Randy Orton. By the way, John Morrison versus Sheamus. I give that match an A+. The Miz versus Randy Orton tables match, I give it an A. A lot of people, they don't like the match or whatever, or like the ending. First of all, I like the fact that the Miz won. Randy Orton's already been champion 3 times. He's going to be around, I'm sure, for a long time. I like the Miz winning, only because he got a good push. It was a big push for him. It was a big push. It was a big push. But I consider, you know, anybody who's able to defeat Randy Orton or Rey Mysterio is on their way. You know, Randy Orton and Rey Mysterio, they're no Stone Cold Steve Austin or The Rock or Undertaker or Triple H, but you know, they are big draws for the company. But you know, if anybody can defeat those guys, they're on their way. I mean, that's a perfect beginning push, so to speak. You know, but anyway, the ending now, the switch is what I call it. You know, where Randy Orton power bombs the Miz personal ring announcer or whatever through a table. I believe, I forgot who it was, or the Miz manager, whoever. I forgot what the guys was there for, but I just remember, you know, I just know that Randy Orton power bombs through a table. I forgot what his name was, but and the whole time the referee's out, and the Miz takes out Randy Orton, pulls his paddle off the table that's already broken, lays Randy Orton across the table that's already broken, the same table, wakes up the referee. The referee sees it and declares the match over. The Miz wins, still the champion. The Miz is walking away, and the replay comes up. The referee sees it and declares the match to continue. A lot of people, I think, was hoping or was expecting Randy Orton to win, but he still gets put through a table for real. For real. And don't believe me, check it out. And the Miz is still the champion. A lot of people didn't like the ending. I'm sorry I had to describe it, but it's, you know, I had to. But I liked it. I thought it was clever. Right? Well, it reminded me. It took me back to a Fully Loaded pay-per-view 2000. The main event was Chris Benoit versus The Rock. Now the rules was The Rock uses a chair or something like that, he'd be disqualified. The referee was out. Kind of comes to, looks over, and sees a Rock laying in a chair. The match was declared over. Chris Benoit, the new champion. When the commissioner comes out, Foley, Mick Foley at the time, comes out and declares the match to continue. And then The Rock still ended up winning and kept his belt. But that's what The Miz and Randy Orton end of their match reminded me of, was Benoit and The Rock's match back in Fully Loaded 2000. You know, so I liked it. I thought it was a clever ending. You know, it was like a movie. I like a clever ending, movies that make you kind of think and, you know, make you kind of sit back. I think, you know, it was clever. But I liked it. But then next up will be the Fatal 4-Way TLC match for the world title. Kane versus Edge versus Rey Mysterio versus Alberto Del Rio. You know, I give this match an A+. A lot of people say, yeah, it was okay. I gave it an A. It was good, but it wasn't great. I say, you know, to those people, you're dumber, not dumb. Doesn't make no sense, right? You know, but this match was great. I thought I liked how they utilized the stage, and you know, they used the tables, ladders, and chairs. I mean, I liked it. You know, some big spills. I like Edge, you know, doing the big frog splash onto Del Rio, who was laid on the outside on the table, and Edge was on the ladder on the inside of the ring, up high, and leaped off, and just kind of watch. You get the whole glimpse of it, but I never really see something like that from Edge, and it was good. It was a good splash, and then Del Rio, you know, he had a bad night. Let's say he had a bad night. He ends up nothing new here. You know, he's on top of the ladder, going for the tile, and someone pushes the ladder over. He falls off the ladder through 2 tables on the outside of the ring. Well, however, he used up 1 table. Let's just put it that way. It was a nasty slam. I mean, he's gonna be sore. You know, he was sore. But you know, it was a good match, and I liked Edge won. Real quick, I liked Edge won the match. I liked he won the match. You know, if you think back in TLC, all started with Edge and Christian, Dudley Boys, or Hardy Boys. You know, years ago, WrestleMania 16, SummerSlam 2000. I liked Edge won because just the fact that now he's retired, it was a good way to go out. You know, being a 10-time champion. That match, you know, by winning, made him a 10-time champion. But I don't know. I like Edge, you know, just because, you know, he always stuck around WWE. You know, like you look at the original guys from the original TLC match. Dudley Boys, they didn't make it, or they didn't last in WWE. Hardy Boys, they had some good success, but they both had some issues, and probably drug issues, I think it was. But you know, they're now no longer with WWE. Christian, he was with WWE for a long time. Then he went off and went into TNA, and then he came back to WWE. But the whole time, Edge stuck it out. Even after his surgery, he stuck it out. You know, I don't know. I just like seeing him win. You know, for some reason. But well, I just gave you the reason. But it was a great match. The main event, a lot of people thought it shouldn't be the main event or whatever. You know, that the Fatal 4-Way World Title match should have been the main event. I say, who cares? It's gonna happen sooner or later. You know. But John Cena versus Wade Barrett, a great match. I like how they utilized the chairs, but chairs when it comes to the ending of the match, because John Cena gave an FU, wherever he calls it nowadays, to Wade Barrett. Gave an FU to Wade Barrett with 6 chairs that was set up in the ring. Painful. And then even after the match, John Cena took it to Wade Barrett with some chairs, and then even more chairs on top of that chair. But you know, laid him out by the ring entrance and the ring stage, and all the ladders came crashing down on him, kind of tugged the rope. I thought I'd give it an A. You know, like, you know, straight wrestling. You know, I like wrestling was good. The stipulation to the match was good because, you know, John Cena is kind of like Ultimate Warrior, not a good wrestler, you know, but just a wrestler, and you know, don't really want to see him in a long match anyway, because it kind of usually drags out and drags on. It just usually ends up being horrible. But the event overall, I give it an A+. Only things I don't like about the event, I give it a 9 out of 10. The reason I give a 9 out of 10 and not a 10 out of 10 was because I don't like Kane in the Fatal 4-Way. I think he should, I won't miss him being in the WWE when he leaves. He's sluggish, slow, just, you know, whatever. The Miz and Randy Orton. The Miz kind of got the beating the whole time. I mean, you know, you didn't really get to see him utilize his wrestling skills or anything. So it was all kind of like Randy Orton. So it would have been nice to see a little bit more of The Miz there. And John Morrison, you know, getting his knee kind of took it out in the beginning. Kind of took away from his athleticism. So he, like, this whole time his knee was out. So he wasn't going to be able to see him do like a front flip off a ladder, leg drop. Because All his legs injured, but she sold it out good. But there you go.